Hello, vape friends, vape fanatics, vapeaholics, whatever you want to call yourselves. My name is Ken, Anodizers Row, from Anodizers RI, and I am proud to present the three-face. Now, the three-face is a standard tube mod, but instead of your standard tube shape, it has a triangular shape to it. Now, of course, this is the prototype, so it's still a little raw. But we've got people that were interested in seeing this work. There is a 510 section. I didn't have a tap, so I ended up taking a 510 socket and cutting off everything but the threads and press fitting it in there so that I could get this up quicker. I do have a 510 tap on the way, but I'm lazy and impatient and wanted to get this going, so I put a 510 socket cut down. And I mean, it's not, let's see if this thing will autofocus. Not that I really have the greatest light here. Yeah, it's so not going to autofocus. Oh, because I don't have autofocus enabled. Ken. Hee. So you keep seeing my face and saying, I want to see your face. How do these reviewers do this stuff here? All right, fine. I'll manually focus it. There we go. So, of course, the top is still a little bit rough. I need to polish it all up and get it going. But it's going to be basically like the simple with, you can see all the way through it. So there's no adjustable pins or anything like that you need to worry about. It's just automatically does its own thing. The tail cap indexes very easily with a recessed silicone gasket, a rubber gasket. You can see it. We're going to go back into close-up here. Hold on a sec. So you can see the gasket is cut down and set down in there so that when it's all assembled, the gasket hides and isn't seen. But it also acts as an indexer. It'll take a little bit of the play and allow it to move back and forth without any issues. Automatically adjusts with the 510, or I mean with battery, so it doesn't matter whether or not it's a nipple top or a flat top. It's automatically going to adjust, and the insulator here prevents it from shorting out to the battery itself. So let us put a battery in here. Oop, let's focus out again, Ken. And voila. So now, as you can see, now of course, since I hand machined this, there's it's not perfect. But there's very little gap, if any gap at all. I can't cut out because I don't have a mill, so I can't cut out the grooves that are going to go around the outside edge here, but I intend to at some point in time with some files and get this thing to resemble what it's supposed to manually with some files. It's going to take a long time to do. Anyway, as you can see the battery now. You know, I really hate my autofocus. You can now see the top of the battery. And of course, with the spring-loaded bottom there, it's automatically adjustable. So when we put on an atomizer, and it does not matter what size atomizer, it will screw all the way down on there, nice and flush. Looks good. Let's get that focus back out. Still looks relatively good. This is a smaller atomizer, so it's going to have a little bit more gap to it. And it vapes. Beautifully. I should do a voltage test. I'll do a voltage test and post it in the comments exactly what kind of voltage drop we're seeing as a result of this setup. I don't anticipate that we're going to see a whole lot. I do anticipate I'm going to put some venting holes in the bottom of the 510, or not socket, in the bottom of the switch so that it vents out that way. I could potentially put some in the side. I wanted to put an indexing groove on the side here so that if you put in a Genesis tank, you could always know where the orientation of the coil is going to be in the wick just by feeling that orientation, but that's something that'll come a little bit further down the line. Needless to say, it's literally all set up, and all the switches in there. Totally assembled, nice setup. Vapes real good. I'm trying not to take too big of a hit off that one because it's getting really dry and I don't have my juice up here for this particular atomizer. So let's try a different atomizer. I don't know what this one's called, but it's a nice atomizer too. Let's give it a vape. It's a nice, lines up really well with that. Still looks really good. Keep forgetting that that's got a really low resistance compared to my other one. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the three-face dripping as the tube mod. I think I'm going to change the name too. Instead of the three-face, I think I'll keep it the K.i.s.s, K.i.s.s. Yeah, that's what I'm going to change. I'm going to change it to the K.i.s.s. So, the K.i.s.s. There's the K.i.s.s mod. Hope you guys like.